What's up, everyone? Welcome back to CNC Auto Works. Hope everyone's having a great day. You can see here that pretty much the drivetrain's gone out of the Mustang again. You know, we put a junkyard engine transmission in here, and we was just gonna kick it around the shop. Things changed, plans changed. Turns out we're gonna go ahead and build it. We actually got the transmission over here all torn apart. We're still waiting on some sealing rings. The sealing rings that came in our rebuild kit were all broke. They're supposed to be shipping us some more. That's the whole hold up on this. But over here we got the engine back from the machine shop. Got a 351, board 30 over. Cranks turn 10-10. I'm going to start by throwing the camshaft in this thing. My little brother chose a Lanati bootlegger cam. It's 533 lift on the intake, 533 on the exhaust, 108 lobe separation, and I forget the duration, but this cam, he ordered it. It's been on order for like 6 weeks. That's what's been the hold up. It actually, I guess his order fell through the cracks. He finally called and got it here. I got it here within 3 days after he called. This is what we're going with for timing chains, double roller. Rods, he went with the set of Eagle rods, Eagle bush rods. For pistons, he's going to be running the same pistons that I put in my engine. They're a Keith Black 30 over, single valve reliefs piston. Just kind of keep the compression up. We're going to go ahead and start getting this thing thrown together. Get this short block built up and get it all painted up looking pretty. We got the cam all lubed up with the grease they provided. I usually use this conch grease, but they provided their own. So we got it all lubed up. We're going to go ahead and install it first, because you can kind of guide the cam through here a little better with the crank out of it. So that's what we're going to get into right now. Just be very careful when you start inserting these camshafts. Try not to nick anything. I didn't mention earlier, but this is a flat tappet cam. It's not a roller. This is a flat tappet block. On mine, I retrofitted it to a roller, but I'm not sure it was worth even going roller. It was a small base circle cam, and neither one of us really cared for it. That's why he went ahead and just went with the flat tappet. Plus, it saved a ton of money. But you run the risk when you're trying to break this thing in of wiping out a lobe, but it's a risk that we're going to take. We've had some pretty good luck breaking in cams. And there she is. She's all in. Next, we're going to put the cam retaining plate on the front, and then we'll move on to slapping the crankshaft in this thing, putting the main bearings and setting in the crankshaft, and then we'll move on to pistons and rods. Got the main caps pulled off, got all the bearings set in, all the main bearings. He's lubing them up now. For bearings, we went with Clevites. Really good brand of bearings. Used Engine Tech in mine. They was an epic fail. That's the trashiest bearings I've ever seen in my life. Once you got a little engine lube on there, kind of spread it out evenly. Somebody went a little excessive, but
Too much grease is better than no grease.
That's what she said. We're gonna unwrap the crankshaft. It's all wrapped up. We're gonna get it out and get it set in here. There she is. She's home. We're gonna go ahead and throw the rear seal on here, kind of tap it in, and throw all of our mains and torque this puppy down.
Do 40.
Once you got your main cast back on, these things torque from 95 to 105 foot-pounds. So we're gonna go ahead and torque these things down. We'll probably just go in between at 100. We'll probably torque them all 60, go back, torque them 80, come back, torque them 100.
Okay.
Got our other little helper in the shop with us today, wearing his shark shoes, his house shoes. He ain't wear his shop shoes. Until we're getting a lot of work out of him. He's over there tearing up things. We're gonna get this thing torqued down. Make sure it still spins good. And then we're gonna start throwing some pistons and rods in this thing. Well, we're ready to start putting the pistons and rods in this thing. I didn't know this a long time ago, but when you look at your rod, there's a taper on one side. And see, it's all square on the other side. This taper side runs up against your crankshaft. The flat side runs up against your other rod. The only reason I never got these mixed up before, because I always use stock rods and I would number them so I would know which way to put them back in, which way the numbers faced. But when you have mixed match rods or you're going with new rods like us, you got to kind of know that, or when you put it together and tighten everything down, it's just going to lock everything up. We're going to get this rod cap off of here. And what we like to do is we like to get a little oil up cylinders, oil up the rings, and then send this baby home. How to put these in, you're going to need a little oil of some sort. He's got this fancy ring compressor that he bought to build his engine. I've always used just the AutoZone, your typical ring compressor. They're kind of junk. I guess he didn't like it, but this thing's built me a lot of engines. They work just fine. They're like 10 bucks at the parts store. These other deals cost a little bit more. I guess he's not gonna let me oil that, so he can put his motor together dry.
Now let's see how easy it slides on there.
I want to wipe all that oil all around. Tapping this in, you're gonna want to use a dead blow hammer or some sort, or the butt end of a hammer. I usually just use the butt end. Tap that thing all the way home.
You want to put a little inside there? You want to put a little inside?
Not really. We
I'm
can.
out of hand since she gave me a hammer.
There you go. Happy now.
Yes, yes.
So yeah, this is your engine. Everything's gotta go perfect.
Same as anybody else's motor.
That's all there is to it. She's home. We're gonna put the rod cap on there. We're not gonna torque it, but we're gonna tighten it to where we can go ahead and spin the engine and get the rest of the pistons in here. Well, we got all the pistons in it. We're about to torque this down. Eagle recommends to torque these to 40. That don't really sound right to me, but we're gonna do it 40. I use Speedmaster rods. I torque mine to 55. So hopefully Eagle knows what they're doing. I think factory torques to 45. I don't know why with ARP studs you would just torque to 40, but maybe they know something I don't. Wow, that ain't much.
No, that's a 20.
Oh, I'm about to say that's not good. We're gonna get these torqued down, and we're gonna get on to our next step. We're gonna get the timing chain on this thing, maybe even the timing cover. And we'll get the oil pump put on, so on and so forth. Got the oil pump bolted up, all torqued down. Got the timing chain on. Got it installed straight up. It's a 3-keyway timing chain, but we just installed it like the factory did, straight up. We didn't advance it or retard it. We're gonna get our fuel pump extension on here, get our timing cover on, and we might even get to shoot a little paint on this thing today. We got the short block together. He's about to spray a little color on it. I'm gonna throw a couple of coats of dupla color on here. High temp engine paint. And that should do it for the short block. He went with red, because I believe he wants to paint the car red. Or as of right now, things change around here about as often as you change your clothes, so everything's always a little touch and go. Looks like fingernail polish.
Oh, it does.
Let me start painting my nails with that. Well, here she is, freshly built, 351 Windsor short block, all prettied up. I wasn't too crazy about the red that he chose at first, but after you got 3 or 4 coats on there, it started coming around looking pretty good. I really kind of like the gray that I painted mine a little better, but maybe once it gets some heads and gets in long block form, it'll look a little better. You can tell him what y'all think. If y'all like the red, no red. That's going to do it for this video, guys. Thank everyone for watching. Until next time, we'll catch you guys later.